For nearly a century, North Central High's mascot has been the Indians, but many feel it's long past time for a change, and tonight the public got a chance to weigh in. For the first time, we are seeing surveillance video of what led up to a deadly shooting in the lobby of the Spokane County Jail last December that left a 70-year-old woman dead. Plus, some relief for local restaurants hit hard by the pandemic, the fund just announced by the Small Business Administration.
Temperatures will easily be surpassing 70 degrees as we close out the month of April, but I'm still tracking some slight mountain rain chances for this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 11. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Tonight, the Spokane Public School Board is looking for feedback to changes to North Central High School's mascot. This after the state legislature approved a measure to ban the use of Native American names, symbols, and images as school mascots, logos, and team names at most public high schools in the state. Our Morgan Trow is live in the newsroom tonight after watching a public forum where people weighed in on what the district should do about North Central's mascot. Morgan?
Mark, for nearly 100 years, North Central's mascot has been the Indians, and there are a lot of emotions tied to the idea of changing it. But tonight, every person who attended the forum said the imagery is offensive and inappropriate.
When Native American students walk to class, they come face to face with a caricature of themselves. In a display case in North Central High School, an Indigenous figure stands as the symbol and mascot of the primarily white population.
How horrible is that you are allowing children to walk on the faces of Indigenous people's faces, whether they're characters or not?
Indigenous mother of three, Tara Ramos, has been urging administration to change the mascot for 25 years. She started when she was a student, telling her story that she had to leave North Central due to racism. Her children are in the Spokane Public Schools district, and she told them that the symbol causes harm. She was one of the about 30 people who says enough is enough.
They were talking about it being built on the bones of the ancestors of the Native people who this culture attempted to exterminate.
For an hour and a half, the Spokane Public Schools Board listened to feedback regarding the high school and its mascot. This comes after Governor Inslee signed a measure to ban the use of Native American names, symbols, and images as schools' mascots, logos, and team names on Monday.
And to not feel safe and welcome in the halls of their own school when they're caricatured or made to feel less of a person.
Although no one voiced major opposition at the meeting, online Facebook commenters in an alumni group state that they were always proud of being Indians.
Let's be real here. When someone, especially the person being affected, tells you something is hurtful or offensive, why not believe us? The fact that we are here tonight having to once restate our existence is evidence that we are once again made to feel invisible and voiceless. There are many ways to honor our Indigenous students and community members. This mascot is not one of them.
As a community, it is time to end the celebration of genocide. We already stole this land that we live on. Isn't it time that we stop stealing away the voices and respect of our Native student, staff, and community too? It is time for the symbol to be removed once and for all.
A student says she hopes the community can decide on a mascot that makes everyone happy and recognizes that they are not trying to erase history, but simply respect other cultures.
Okay, so what's next? Well, there's no firm time frame in place, but according to the school board policy, a new mascot will eventually be recommended to the school board for approval after input from staff, students, and community members. Reporting in the newsroom, Morgan Trow, KREM 2 News.
Morgan, thank you very much. New tonight, the George Floyd mural in downtown Spokane has been defaced once again. The mural was found today covered in white paint with the words "Power is not a color," "Wake up America," and "Kindness is everything" written on top of it. The mural was first painted back in July and quickly after was defaced with white paint. It is unclear if it was the same person who vandalized it the second time. It's also unclear if there was a police report filed or if the vandalism will be cleaned up. But we will continue to work to get answers on this story as it continues to develop. Meantime, Americans have more time to get an ID that is compliant with the Real ID Act. The Department of Homeland Security extended the deadline yet again, this time from October to May of 2023 due to the pandemic. After that, you'll need an enhanced driver's license or a passport to check in at airports or to enter federal buildings. Also new tonight, relief for restaurant owners is on the way. Today, the U.S. Small Business Administration announced that registrations for the Restaurant Revitalization Fund open on Friday. The fund provides money to restaurants and other food establishments who lost revenue due to the pandemic. The program will provide businesses with funding that is equal to what they lost during the pandemic, which, according to the SBA, is up to $10 million per business. Registration is needed for applications on Monday, May 3rd. All right, taking a break from the headlines for a moment to talk weather today. Much different weather-wise than yesterday. Let's get straight to meteorologist Thomas Patrick in the Outdoor Weather Center. And Thomas, all I have on my mind this week is 70s coming up in a couple of days.
Same here. I'm going to be enjoying the return of that warmer weather.
Finally, right?
Yeah, and it's going to be easily into the 70s. But that for Thursday and Friday this week. One more slightly warmer yet day for tomorrow. By the way, if you saw that the live shot over Mark's shoulder, the moon is still shining quite brightly out here tonight. If you step outside, it actually looks a bit more like a yellowish tint or like a haziness to it, but it's just some high cloud cover overhead. Beautiful shots out there. As of today, though, it was just low to mid 60s between Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. There's that high wispy cloud cover overhead for tonight. Doesn't look like we're going to get any kind of rain out of that. In fact, it does stay dry for the rest of this week. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, partly cloudy day with the highs in the upper 60s for the afternoon hours. Oh, so close to 70 degrees. But while we might get close to it, tomorrow we should be easily into the 70s. In fact, some areas could be upper 70s, perhaps even some 80s, especially in the normal warm spots across Washington. I'll show you a city-by-city breakdown of how warm we will get for this week and if we have any kind of shower chances for this weekend.
We'll talk to you then. Thomas, thank you very much. Today, the Spokane Regional Health District is reporting 67 new coronavirus cases, and our metrics are continuing to go in the wrong direction in order to stay in phase 3. Right now, we have 299 COVID cases per 100,000 people from April 11th through the 24th. That needs to stay at fewer than 200 to meet reopening metrics. We also have 8 hospitalizations per 100,000 people, and that number needs to be fewer than 5. So if we fail on both those metrics on the reevaluation, which is on Monday, we risk sliding back to phase 2. To see if your county is meeting metrics to stay in phase 3, just text the word reopen to 509-448-2000 and we'll send a link directly to your phone. Well, heads up if you are planning on attending Riverfront Park's Spring Market tomorrow, because you may want to bring some food with you. We'll tell you why after the break. Plus, later on, a 70-year-old woman shot by a corrections officer at the Spokane County Jail this past December. Today, for the first time, we are seeing security footage of what led up to that shooting. Stay with us. We're back after a quick break.